For a lot of people, it's strange to be alone, but it is important to enjoy your own company. When you're comfortable in your own company, you are not dependent on other people. You get to know yourself better and you actually have more freedom that way. Of course, we're social beings, so it is important that we spend time with others. But for those of you who do find it hard or awkward being alone, then I do have 6 tips for you today that you can implement into your everyday life, and it will make it easier for you to spend time being alone with yourself. Some of these tips may be more for women, other tips are more for men, but try them out. And yeah, let's jump straight into the video. Hi guys, my name is Ieva Bereisaite. I am a mindset and manifestation coach, and on this channel you learn about mindset, spirituality, personal development, so much more. And today we're going to be talking about being alone and what we can do to make the experience of being alone a positive one. If you are potentially in the situation of having to quarantine, or maybe you have just broken up with your girlfriend or boyfriend and you end up living alone, or you moved out of a shared flat, or you moved out of your parents' house and you're just living alone and it's something totally new for you and the idea of it freaks you out, or maybe you are just someone who wants to learn how to really enjoy your own company, then this video is just for you. The first tip that I have that I started implementing a couple of years ago and that I found extremely helpful is to make your house a home. It makes a very big difference when you are actually in a space that you enjoy being in. It's important that your apartment or your flat or your room, if you're renting a room, or your house, basically your living area, that you like the way that it looks. A lot of people actually don't like to be at home because it doesn't give comfortable vibes. They don't like spending time at home because they don't like the furniture. It's not clean, it's messy, and they end up fleeing the house and spending time with other people rather than being at home and spending it with themselves. These types of situations actually happen so often, and honestly, this is one of the key reasons why living in a clean and organized area makes a huge difference. And the fact is, have you ever noticed that, for example, when your house or home is clean and organized, you feel clean and organized, or just like your thoughts are so much calmer because your living energy and your living space is like so calm? That is actually the side effect of basically living in an organized area. And this is something that I really, really swear on and enjoy, is when you don't like the area or the room or the house that you are in because it's not clean, clean it. Basically do that. It makes such a big difference. You will be proud of yourself and you will want to spend time there. It will be nice for you to invite people over. It's really underestimated how important it is to live in a clean area. You don't have to go over the top, but make it organized, because if it's messy, you're not gonna feel good in your living space, and you're gonna feel clustered in the mind as well if your room is clustered. So if you want to feel good, clean, and organized, make sure to take care of your space. Your space is your space. Cherish it. Take care of it. Buy a candle that's really nice. Put it on the table. Buy a new lamp. Make it cozy, make it nice for you. And it doesn't have to be a complete makeover, but just really, it's in the accessories and it's in the little things. And just like when everything is clean and for example, your room is then well scented because you buy like this awesome candle, it's going to be so much nicer to be in that type of atmosphere. I personally really like to invest into items that make my house feel comfortable. I always, and this is like a girly thing, I always have fresh flowers in the kitchen, on the kitchen table, or even like here. I always have fresh flowers because it gives off a good vibe, you know? And it's like, it's nice, it's good energy. I really do enjoy that. Or lighting a candle or turning on my salt lamp in the living room that I have. It gives a nice atmosphere, right? And that is actually really important if you are going to be spending more time at home. And this really does come down to getting a heated blanket, for example, or just getting a form of decoration that you like looking at. And this may also really be a girly thing, but there are things for men out there when it comes to home decor and home stuff. And when your home has a nice vibe to it, and it doesn't have to be like this Instagram perfect living room area, just make it nice for yourself, and you will find that you want to spend more time at home because you feel comfortable there. If you're alone and you feel like it's quiet and that quietness is annoying you, then just put on some music. And this is literally my second tip. Put some nice piano music on or some jazz music. Well, that's just the stuff that I like. You can really put any songs on to play in the background and it will give you like a nice vibe in the room. I personally would always suggest soothing music, even like classical music or some just really soothing songs. And you can find all of that on Spotify, basically. That's what I do. And I listen to that sometimes. Not often. I like the silence. I like that silence. But I know for a lot of people that they don't like it. And I always suggest just turning on a little bit of music, and it gives it a completely different vibe. And it's so calm and so nice, and it really does make a difference. Some people also just turn the TV on and let that play. But since I don't watch TV, or at least like, you know, the standard TV programs, I don't do that. So I let Spotify play, if anything. My third tip is to do things that you enjoy doing alone. When you know that you're going to be at home and you're going to be spending time with yourself, don't just sit on the couch like a couch potato and scroll through social media, because you will be bored. You'll get bored at some point. You're not going to feel energized, and you're going to think it's because you're at home. And it's not because you're at home. It's because of the activities that you do at home. So instead of scrolling mindlessly through social media, just basically take some hours for yourself. Or if you're going to be home all day, really make a date with yourself. Get yourself dressed, you know, take a shower. We don't have to look like hillbillies when we're at home. You know, put yourself together and do something nice for yourself. If you're at home after work in the evening, watch a movie that you've been dying to watch. Make yourself some popcorn, put on that salt lamp, you know, turn on, like, light the candle. It's in those little things that make the vibe of your living area so much more comfortable. Even if you're gonna spend the day by yourself, put yourself together as if you would be spending time with your friends or partner. Have an activity planned out. If you know that you're going to be at home, whether that is quarantine or all of your friends are busy and you end up staying at home, or no one wants to do what you want to do what you want to do Just do it by yourself, and you will notice that you're going to really enjoy that. If you, for example, have Saturday off and everyone's busy and you don't want to do what the other people are doing and you feel like, okay, I'm going to stay at home. As I said, don't scroll mindlessly through social media. Actually make a whole plan or a whole date with yourself of things that you're gonna do. So like get up, maybe do a quick workout, go shower, put yourself together. Then, maybe you're gonna do some food shopping, whatever it might be. Then later on, cook for yourself. In the evening, watch a movie. Maybe during the day, go for a walk in the park or go somewhere where you've been wanting to go. So plan the day out with yourself in mind and really do the things that you want to do. Tip number 4 is to spend time doing activities that bring you joy. If you like singing, then join like a singing club by yourself. Just do it. Get out of your comfort zone. If you like dancing, join a dance club. If you like painting, start painting again. Put some nice music on and start painting again. So do the activities that really do bring you joy. Do your hobbies. Have a hobby if you don't have one. You will get to know yourself so much better. And I know a lot of people that don't have hobbies. And I always tell them, find a hobby for yourself. If you've always wanted to learn how to play the piano, get yourself a piano and start learning how to play. If you've wanted to learn something or do something, start doing that. There is never going to be a perfect time to learn something. You just make time to do it for you, and you're going to get to know yourself better. So spending time doing activities that you like is super crucial and super important for your own spiritual and own mindset growth. Tip number 5 is to go out into nature. To be honest, I cannot emphasize enough what a difference it makes to go for a walk alone. This is literally my go-to for people who have or should or want to connect with themselves again. Going for a walk by yourself and literally putting the phone away and going for a walk by yourself and paying attention to the surroundings and to the people and to the objects around you makes a massive, massive difference. And this is really something that I highly recommend. Go for a walk somewhere alone. Grab yourself a coffee and just go for a walk and enjoy the landscape. Go to the park, go to a lake, go wherever you want to go and just spend time for yourself. It will bring you a peace of mind. And a lot of people are not capable or are afraid to go for a walk alone. I know a lot of people who just can't go for a walk alone because they're bored. Well, I always say it's not about being bored, it's about enjoying the moment and looking around and calming your mind. Calming your mind is not boring, okay? Calming your mind brings peace, right? So if you feel uncomfortable or even a little bit scared of the idea of going for a walk alone, then you should definitely do that. And it doesn't have to be anything big, but just go without having a goal. Just take some time out and walk for yourself to gather your thoughts. What I sometimes do in summer, for example, is I get a good book, I get a blanket, I get in my car, get some coffee, and I go to a park or somewhere and I just read under like a tree or just somewhere, for myself and enjoy my surroundings. And this is something that people don't do very often anymore, but it is so powerful And it really is in the little things, because we get so distracted by social media and by other people, and we think that we can't do things on our own. Whereas we have to remember that it's a choice that we make. We choose to do things with other people, but everything we do with other people, we most certainly can do by ourselves as well. We can spend time or go to the cinema with people. We can do it by ourselves as well. And it's a choice that we make to do it with other people. But we have to ask ourselves, why do we make that choice? Are we afraid to do it by ourselves? Are we afraid to be lonely? Or do we actually want the company of someone else because we're social beings, right? If you find yourself constantly having to be with other people because you don't feel good when you are alone, then really do take these tips into consideration and start implementing them step by step. Okay? And you will see that when you get to know yourself better and when you feel comfortable being by yourself, you're really gonna enjoy spending time with yourself, and you're gonna get to know yourself better. My tip number 6 is to spend time with yourself and really make that a priority. When you spend time with yourself, the benefits of it are you're not constantly in a conversation with other people, which means it brings you back into your own thoughts. And when you're back in your own thoughts, you start prioritizing your goals. You start thinking about things, okay? And when you're thinking about those things, go ahead and journal them down. Go ahead and write down your thoughts that you have. And when you're going to start doing that, you're naturally actually going to start making new goals, right? A lot of the time, people who spend more time with themselves end up being more sufficient later on in life. They're not distracted by other people and other people's problems. They take time for themselves to sort themselves out. So it is extremely beneficial to spend time by yourself, because when you spend time by yourself, you actually grow more as a person. So it's always good, obviously, to spend time with other people that you like. But you have to remember to get into your own head and to understand that you are your own self, and you must, in a way, spend time with yourself, okay, and your own thoughts in order to grow and to find out what you personally really want out of life. At the end of the day, it's really beautiful to know that you don't actually need anybody else, because you're so content within your own self. And when you have that fundamental understanding for yourself, you have so much more freedom. You're so much more free. You're not dependent on other people to make you happy. You take your own happiness into your own hands and you start making your own self happy. At the end of the day, we have ourselves. And it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves and to be content within our own mind, body, and soul. And when we spend time with ourselves doing things that we like doing, that is how we grow. When we spend time with ourselves, we have to do something, okay? Occupy ourselves, prioritize ourselves, find an activity for ourselves. And it should not always have to be work. Just spending nice time with ourselves is what's going to make us feel happier and more confident and more loving towards ourselves. That's the beauty of spending time by ourselves. We understand ourselves more. We unleash our own kind of gifts in a way. And that is very beautiful. And a lot of people don't do this. They don't spend time with themselves. And this is why I really want to emphasize doing so. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube video down below by clicking the red subscribe button. Also hit the bell button to be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. Time for ourselves is crucial to get to know ourselves better, to become more independent, and to have a better peace of mind and to be more stable and balanced within ourselves. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what resonated with you the most and what really clicked in your mind. So comment that down below. Also, make sure to join my Facebook group, the Heaven on Earth Community, where we talk about these topics and more. I do lives in there that are only done in that Facebook group. So make sure you join the group, and the link to that is in the description section down below. If you like listening to podcasts, then have a listen to mine. It's called the Talks with Ieva podcast. You can find it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The link is also down below in the description section. For one-on-one coaching or to work with me, you can find more info on that on my website, also in the description section below. And also make sure to follow me on my Instagram, Your Mind is Heaven. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye!